Welcome back to action from North versus South here in Bloemfontein at the BORC. We're now into MX support, and one of the biggest gates of the weekend come from this category. 29 riders as the 5-second board goes up and the gates drop. And down towards turn 1, looks like it might be Greg Caldenace, Double G, looking for the whole shot. Coming out of Superbike racing, he's a 3-time South African Superbike champion, but looks like he might have just got outgunned there by Jason Venter. Jason Venter taking the inside line, going over that jump. Now as they head over that huge jump at the back end of BORC. Remember, it's a famous motocross track here and a famous jump at the back end of it called 7th Heaven. Unbelievable stuff here. And you can see them all starting to sort themselves out now. Watch out as well for Darren Lorraine. Arnie Erasmus has gone down. So the Free State rider goes down right in the middle of the track. That could be a bit dangerous. A couple of riders going left, right and centre to try and find a way through. Adrian Grace, Carl Davey and Ewald Moss all missing him. But now they seem to have just got into a bit of a rhythm here into this heat of the support class, and of course the support class all out here for a bit of fun. At this stage though, Jason Venter looks like he might be the man to beat. What has Greg Caldenace, Darren Leroux, Alex Glockel and maybe Arnie Erasmus got in for us? Erasmus is back up and riding, and he's made his way back up into that top 5 hunt. So after that crash, didn't slow him down too much. Further back there, Ashton Nicholas, I should say, coming through there as well, pushing hard. Look out for Ruan Smith and Jean-Dre Killian. Yeah, good John. Great little battle out there as well. But seems like Jason Venter's got his eyes on the prize, that's for sure. Double G back in the hunt, and great to see him back on a motocross bike. It's been a while. We saw him down at the National and of course at the Inland Championships when we went to Richards Bay. Made a welcome return into some dirt tracking, but certainly knows how to get around here. Quite easy to spot there. Running very old school style motocross kit, probably from about the 1990s. Straight out of his cupboard. He didn't go and buy any new kit for this one. Further back there as well, nice to see that as well. MC Kuhn in the house. Kuhn pushing hard. He's just outside of that top 15. He'd like to be a little bit higher up, I'm sure. 21 is Arnie Erasmus, as I said, back up and riding. He's ahead there of Grace. And slowly but surely trying to get away from Carl Davey. 20 bike Darren Leroux, another superbike rider. Great to have him back out on the dirt track too. Darren Leroux, of course, spent a couple of seasons internationally racing in the World Superbike and British Superbike Championships. It's great to have him back on track, though, with Greg Caldenace. 2 South African Superbike champions now fighting hard for honours in the support class at North versus South here in Bloemfontein. But looks like the honours are all going to be this man's. Rider down just in the background as well. I saw yellow flags waving and marshals getting involved there. What is that? That is old school Thor kit that he's rocking there today, that's for sure. Alex Glockel in the house as well. Fantastic to see him on the Yamaha. Looks like he certainly means business here. 21 in the house just behind Darren Leroux. So running in numerical order there in terms of their numbers on track as we start the last lap. Glockel and Darren Leroux. Now starting to get amongst the back markers. This could potentially change things up here a little bit. Coming up on the back of the 212 there of Dirk Bester and Evan Miller on 114. Didn't really stop Jason Venter. And I think Venter's going to have it all the way to the end. He's opened up a bit of a margin that I don't think Greg Caldenace was able to close things down. He tried to, but just wasn't there. Very good run on that KTM though. And as he starts his final lap, he'll be looking to try and get that second place and secure it. Glockel looking for third, possibly Darren Leroux up into the top 5 as well. But there is the flag coming out for Jason Venter, taking that heat. And the overall as well going to Greg Caldenace with a victory over Venter in the second heat. So Caldenace wins out over Venter, Glockel, Leroux, Erasmus, Nicholas and Zayden Grace there coming through for 7th. Combination of vets and masters in the gates right now, and it's a really stacked gate here. A couple of seasoned campaigners in this one as well. Keep an eye out on Tyson Engelbrecht and Sean Strickenheider, both running the 100s, 101 and 100B. I think the 2 boys to watch out for the most though are going to be the wheelers. Dean and Brandon have come firing, so has Jan Ryan and Mark Ainsley. Let's see what's going to happen as they head down into the right-hander. Remember, they turn right at turn 1 out of the gates now for the senior classes. Wheeler has hit the front and he's got the whole shot. He's already starting to get away ever so slightly there from a nice pack of, what is it, almost 30 riders involved here for vets and masters combined. Up over the big one as well for the first time. High flying on those big 450s. Most of them on 450s. A couple of 2-strokes out there you can hear. Some guys preferring the 125 and 250 option in the 2-strokes as opposed to the big 450s. But it's a 450 that leads things out, and it's Wheeler 1 and 2 at the moment. Brandon just sticking on the tailpiece there of Dino. Engelbrecht coming through there. Tyson looking for a chance to be potentially at the front end of what is going to be the veterans category. Masters fighting in the mid-pack as well. At this stage, look out for the 5-1-1 of Jan Ryan and for the 1-1-1 of Mark Ansley. Nicholas van der Linden, also a man who's had some great outings this season so far on Bike 50, will be looking for a chance to be at least in that top 5 hunt. Overall, though, it's all about Wheeler. He's getting away very nicely. And at the front end of the Masters category, it's Jan Ryan, actually, who leads things out. So, nice to see a little bit of a mix-up there as well. Great to see that. Ty Taylor coming through there as well. Just picked up on the hooligan man, coming through the pack. Great to see all of these riders that have come out here to represent not only their own sponsors, but, of course, representing their provinces this weekend. The stage of battle has kind of been mixed up between Gauteng and Free State, evenly matched at this point in time, but there's a lot of classes we still got to get through before we can even look at points and potentially see who's going to be taking the crown for 2024. Mackenzie's up to second place. He's got a bit of pressure there coming just on his tail. There's no pressure at all, and that's why you can see Wheeler just having fun out there. I think Brandog also having a bit of fun too, just taking it easy there. The two of them pretty much untouched here. Ryan has had a fantastic run though and looks potentially to be the man to beat in the Masters side. 958 coming into the mix there is Wade Wright looking for third place in the Veterans. Fights all the way through the packs and onto the final lap now. It's pretty much just one more circulation of this track for them to do. 1-1-1 Mark Kanzi trying to close things down. Hasn't quite done that just yet in terms of the front end of the field, but he could potentially be looking for the heat win here as opposed to the overall. And of course we're going to give you the overall results after every single one of the heats. The fights at the moment are for heat battles. And Ansley looks like he might be looking for a chance here to wrap things up. Wheeler's certainly going to do it. He has not even been troubled in the least by anybody out there today. His brother was close for a while as the flag comes out. Once again, it's Dean Wheeler for the victory. So let's have a look at those overall results in the Masters. It's Jan Ryan who takes eventually the overall results, beating Mark Ansley in the second heat. Ansley taking the first one. Van der Linden in third. Van in fourth ahead of Peters and Taylor. And in the veteran side of things, a brilliant effort there from Dean Wheeler and Brandon Wheeler, wrapping up 1 and 2 completely over Wade Wright. Struckenheider there in fourth, beats out Lottering, Von Beneke and Smith for the top 7. We now move into the old men of the mountains. Yes, it's the Grandmasters. A couple of riders in this class that have been around for a long, long time in the world of motocross. A couple of riders have been from Supermoto to motocross and back again. Let's see what they can do now out on this incredibly prepped surface that BORC have given us for North versus South 2024. Into turn 1, a bit of a fight for a whole shot. Looks like it might have gone towards Blaine Cocaine. He's hung on for now, but Sean Lloydie's there as well. Rider down, or a couple of riders actually, getting into the mix there right from the word go. That's not what you wanted. Looks like potentially a couple of riders that could potentially be out of this one as well. But as we get up onto the big jump for the first time, they're sorting things out at the front end. Baker into second place, Cocaine leading out. Lloydie up into third place with David de Wit right behind. So it's kind of Gauteng versus KwaZulu-Natal. Don't see any of the Free State riders in this front pack. That's going to be costly in terms of points here for them, but certainly Gauteng versus KwaZulu-Natal. That's the main battle we're seeing at the front end right now. Problem on the sideline there as well. It looks like for the 68, Mario Ria having to pull to the sideline and out of this one. Blaine has got something special here for breakfast this morning. I don't know what hotel he was staying in, but they gave him something special, that is for sure. Look at the gap he's pulled over Sean Lloyd, Steve Baker, and David de Wit. Fantastic run here from them. Lloydie up in fourth place at the moment, trying to close down there on de Wit. De Wit not too far behind, as you can see there, the second place man. And Steve Baker having to work hard right now. No work at all for this man. He's just cruising. Brilliant stuff there from Blaine. A little bit of a change up here. Yeah, there we see Steve Baker being caught now. And I think that was David de Wit moving up into what is now second. So de Wit into second, Baker's third, and Lloydie stays there in fourth place. Make that third as we see that shot. Lloyd's now up into the 3 spot. And it's now Baker who's dropped back on the 7-4. It's Yamaha, as I said, not put a wheel wrong at all. De Wit in second, Lloydie there. Let's run there from him. Really great to see the hashtag Racing Man doing such a good job. But yeah, they've got no answer here. This is really awesome to see, but definitely a bit of concern. You can see there's 1, 2, 3 KwaZulu-Natal riders, 2 Gauteng riders in that top 5. So a couple of points heading to those 2 provinces after this heat and after these 2 heats of racing on the day, and potentially could spoil what has been so far the dominance of Gauteng and the Free State in the other categories we've seen so far on the show. Back markers could come into play now. Let's have a look and see if there's going to be any issues here. Little look over the shoulder there. That was from Mario. He had problems earlier on. He got going again by the looks of it. And then Chris Lamb gives him a chance to get past as well. Oh, it's getting real. 74 being sent off there. Steve Baker with a block pass. Was that by one of the back markers? I think it might have been. I don't think the back marker saw him coming and he had to go wide and high and out of harm's way. Pierre Smith on his own sim there. Nice run from him in that mid-pack and just outside of the top 15, but needless to say, still having an absolute blast here as we start the final lap. It is a huge advantage that Plain has got here. And it doesn't look like there's any answer coming out of Baker or from Lloydie at all. Baker we saw go on the sideline. Lloydie could potentially take second place now with that maneuver, but Baker's back in it and he's coming back for a last-ditch effort here. DeWitt has gone missing. You can see their last lap. Hallelujah. Coming out of Chris Lamb. He's saying, yes, at last it's the last lap. This track has started to get rutted up, so it's getting a little bit rougher out there for these riders, and that's why these riders like that are saying, yes, at last we can get through. Gauteng versus KwaZulu-Natal here. 74 versus 4. Baker, side by side, elbow to elbow. That's the kind of motocross style we like to go racing with. DeWitt and Baker going at it. Lloydie for second. Nice run here from Sean Lloyd. Back markers in the way again, but this time they don't affect the two of them. It's going to be a run to the line and for third place in the heat and possibly for overalls as well. We'll have to see how they finish up. So across the line comes our winner for this heat and overall winner for the day as well. As we look at the overall results there, Blaine Cocaine taking it ahead of Sean Lloyd. Steve Baker will come through for third place, beating out Adrian Maguire. Then it was Victor Correa and Theo Halgren with Quinton Foster's there in 7th overall. Join us after the break for more action from North versus South here in Bloemfontein.